Hey guys, we're going up the Mica Mountain Trail, kind of. We're getting the car as close as we can to it, because that's the site of a historic Bigfoot or Sasquatch sighting around here. Now, I'm a skeptic about these things, but a lot of people have requested it, so I'm just going to go to the site of a documented historic sighting, or very near to it. We're going to set up camp and see what we can see, or hear what we can hear. I've got a good microphone. We're going to see what happens. Got beautiful wife and I in this rickety old 97 Toyota Corolla. We'll take this thing as far up the logging road as we can get it to whatever looks like a good camping spot, and we're going to keep our eyes peeled and ears peeled for anything unordinary. Yeah, we clearly are in bear territory, and this one sets the record. This is a huge bear. It's, judging by the looks of it, I'm guessing a huge black bear, because I saw some smaller black bear piles back there. And grizzlies and black bears normally don't overlap territories much. Grizzlies are a little bit of a bully, so if it's just black bears out here, that's okay. But we do have some precautions that we're going to take here, definitely, because we're in such a wildlife infested area. Now this is a beautiful spot. The mosquitoes are horrendous. That's about the worst that I've seen them on this trip so far. So first things first is I'll get this thermosol going, and that should kill the ones in this vicinity. Then I can set up our little rain tent. We have just a little sun shelter tent thing, because it's supposed to rain, and that'll keep the rain off of us nicely. And we'll set up a sleeping tent somewhere else so that we don't have to cook right where we're eating, because we are seeing a lot of evidence of bears right in this area. Most of the blueberries in the area have been eaten. They've been picked down to nothing. There's still a few leftovers, but I think the bear's been through earlier, and we're going to make it fairly unpleasant for the bear around here. And I know we are in their backyard, but there's enough room here for all of us. We just need to not surprise them and let them know where we are, and not attract them with food right to our tent. We shouldn't have a problem. That's I'm speaking through my phobia of bears there. So this thing, let this bake the skeeters out. Then we're going to set up our little rain shelter. I'm more scared of the bears than any potential Sasquatch, because I don't believe in a Sasquatch or Bigfoot. But here I am, skeptic's point of view, and we'll see what we can see out here. Yeah, it's starting to get rid of some of those darn mosquitoes, but I'll set up a little rain shelter thing here, and that'll be a nice base of operations. It really shows how much I'm missing that screen tent that pops up like nothing. We picked up a different tent, and it is such a hassle. You know, if I were going camping a couple times a year, it wouldn't really be that annoying. But since I'm going out, you know, like 60 or 70 times a year to go camping, setting up a tricky structure gets a little bit annoying. Let's see how easy this thing goes up. Looks as instant as it says on the box. Okay, yeah. Yeah. All right. I've never been more appreciative of the gear I've been using until this trip. We picked up a Coleman Bristol model tent. It's like an 8-person. Because all they had was the paper thin one or this humongous 8-person one. And the really little one, I'm going to give that away. I've already got somebody who would be very wonderfully gracious to have it, and we'll put it to good use. So I'm going to try to set this thing up. I sure miss my pop-up shelter. I'd be done already with step one, and then you know what would be happening right now. Instead, it took me an hour, almost an hour, to set this up last time. I hope it goes a lot quicker. Oh, why me? Oh, all right. Step one is not even completed, so it doesn't matter. Step 1.5 today. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yeah, I'm a full convert to those hub tents, or whatever the system is. Like this one we picked up cost about the same as the normal hub tent that I popped out. And yeah, it's for the time and convenience, you know, I guess if you got snakes that could slither underneath, or venomous spiders or something that could crawl underneath and get you, then for sure you want a floor. In the climates where I camp, not a requirement. There's nothing that's really going to come up and get you from underneath the bottom of the tent. The mosquitoes, you know, the occasional one or two might find their way in, but we haven't really had anything get into the tents on us. But yeah, it was 1955, and right around these parts, let me double check my research. 1955, when William Rowe reported an affidavit at a sighting with sketches and everything, just up towards the summit of this mountain. Now, of course, I've spent so much time in the wild, I haven't seen anything really Bigfoot, Sasquatchy, but I know people are fairly, some people are pretty sure they're out there, but I figured, yeah, well, why not come up here to where I know they have been reported in the area. Now, what I'm more concerned about is grizzlies, because in the affidavit, he said originally he thought his sighting was a grizzly because he'd shot one there the year before. But we got a killer mic on the camera, so tonight we'll point it around, we'll try tapping on a tree and see what we hear. I'm not really expecting much, if anything. If something seriously knocks back at me, I'll be sleeping in the car, but I don't expect that to happen. So the rain's beginning to fall. Maybe I'll throw the fly on that tent and then finish setting it up shortly. I'm probably just going to set up half of it for tonight just to keep the rain off of us. That's the way it goes around here. But I'm going to drink more of this. You guys crack your step 2s at home, and yeah, then we'll get onto this Sasquatch sighting thing here. But keep your expectations low. Now I'm officially done with any tents that require tent pegs as part of the structural stability of the tent. I always end up on ground that's either too soft or too hard, and I know they got a various assortment of, you know, ice tent pegs, sand tent pegs. I've used lag bolts before, but who can carry that many assortment of tent pegs, you know? Like, that's a little better. Yeah, like a lot of the tents I set up, they'll just, the only reason the pegs are there is to stop it from blowing away in the wind. So if I put enough heavy stuff in the tent, it won't go anywhere. But yeah, this tent, without these pegs, this whole side folds in like the side of a tent trailer. Anyway, I'm gonna get a little bit of firewood, which should be possible, because we're in the middle of a clear cut. And yeah, let's go do that. Dawn and dusk are the prime time for bears, and this is coming to dusk here very quickly. I've been blasting the music. I've turned it off right now, so that I don't get a copyright strike. But in case I see a bear and I want him to go away, I give it a quick blast with the air horn, and that should scare them or sound strange enough. There's not a lot of really loud things in nature other than lightning maybe, or an avalanche or something. And of course bear spray for if something comes worse to worse. And I will be walking not too far from our compound, and I figure if we get a good fire going and then crank the talk radio again, that should keep them fairly far away. So soaking wet firewood plus lighter fluid, of course. Give her a little kerosene too, for I think it's the same stuff, to be honest. Wet firewood is the hardest thing you could ever have to try and light. Also, anybody new to the channel, don't do what Steve does. Oh, yeah, and anything that smells, even this stuff, bears love it. It's 2,200 hours at the encampment. Nothing unusual. I haven't gone to bang a tree with a stick, but I'm anticipating if I do that, there's going to be an echo because we're in a mountain valley. So I'm bracing myself for that possibility, but there's one way to find out. Let's go hit that tree with a stick. Well, here goes nothing. I'm not even hearing an echo, but maybe it's not loud enough. Maybe I need a better stick. I don't even know how they actually do this. Could be playing with fire. Definitely need a better stick. Well, I let them know we're around. $2,300 hours, no sighting. Nothing suspicious, but I think it's time for something delicious, and that should shake him out of the forest and come running over to check things out. This little structure, this is staying in my camping gear. This actually went up pretty quick and pretty slick, and it's a little big, but smaller than the other screen tent I normally bring. Yeah, there's no screens on it, but they probably actually make attachments for this one. And any tent with more than 2 poles is off of my list now. It's too crazy for the amount of camping that I gotta do. I can't I can't do like an hour and a half, 2 hours setup once or twice a week. That's just insane. Anyway, time to get cooking something up. Ran a little low on nature's abundance, so we pulled out some emergency wood. And it's emergency like 911 because it costs $9 to $11 a bundle. And I'm going to throw a can of chili right beside the coals here. And this is the Don't Do Anything Steve Does channel because I guess it's coated on the inside with a sealant or something, but I know a lot of trappers that seem to eat their beans this way, and they're alive and kicking well past however long I thought they'd be going. But we'll keep it off the direct heat. I'm going to slowly warm it from the side. That should do just fine. I'll call the number on the side of the can one of these days and actually ask them about warming the food, because I'm not going to say cooking it over the open flame, but just warming it from close by. I think it actually gets warmed up when they can it, like it gets heated in the can or something. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. So the can of chili is going to turn into food here. It's actually going to turn into Frito pie. And I have to mention, the stars tonight are ferocious. The Milky Way is actually overhead going full Monty right now, like horizon to horizon. It's just incredible. I'm going to try and snap some stills of that because I can't get it on film due to the crumminess of my camera. But let's take some snapshots. And not a cloud in the sky, which means it'll be a cold night. And I don't see the moon anywhere, so I don't know what the behavior of animals is during no moon. I think they may not be able to see, so they might be hunkered down. Who's to say? Let's take some pictures of some stars. That clear sky turned into rain pretty quick, actually. The can of chili is still turning into food over there by the fire. And no sign of anything out here so far. Really, I've been camping out here kind of in this area for years now, on the order of, I probably spent 60, 70 nights on these logging roads, not precisely here, but in the general area. And I would assume if there is a Bigfoot or Sasquatch, it would have a fairly large range, and things have gotten a lot more developed around here since then. There's a lot more housing, businesses, human activity. And also I'm a bit of a skeptic on the fact. Really, a bear would be my biggest concern out here. Sasquatch would be actually so low on the list. I would be more concerned about a landslide or something here than an actual Sasquatch, but who knows. Morning is a long time away, and we'll find out what happens. I'm going to be having these cameras with me all night. I got the GoPro, and I'll give that tree another whack here in a second. See if anything barks back at us. Nothing. How do you like that? I think we might be safe for the night. Sitting here waiting, haven't seen any evidence or heard any evidence at all. And not to say I'm a skeptic, well, I am a skeptic, but got a beautiful wife out here with me. She is in the car right now. I'm out here close enough by if there is an issue. And it's time for Frito pie. The most basic of them. Gonna throw a little cheese on here. Oh, could have entered badly. A little cheese in the base, so it'll melt. And dump in some good old-fashioned canned store-bought chili. Yeah, there we go. I don't think it can accept a whole can, but that's okay. I can come up with a chili breakfast. That's okay. Oh yeah, this smells fantastic. Well, maybe I can drive a little more in there. But I know it's been a crazy crazy month here pretty much on the channel with being away from home and all the stuff that has to be done there. And thank you guys for sticking with me through ups and downs, trials and tribulations, but why don't I make this more often? It's so easy. So I have to give a major shout out to all the people that have sent beer donation gifts, and that's what I call them, but in reality I have a seasonal job repairing furnaces. I run a furnace repair company. Basically, I'm self-employed repairing furnaces. So you can imagine how the summer might be a lean time. This is making it very possible to get out and camp and bring you some strange videos. So thank you all, and please crack your step 2s at home. I forgot mine over there, but I'll be cracking it open again shortly. And yeah, I'm gonna chow down on some corn chips, cheese, and canned chili. And just in time to get this done, the rain has started to fall again. The rain's been hot and cold all evening. What can I say? But I haven't seen anything out here. Albeit, I'm not a cryptozoologist. If a Bigfoot were to confront me, I have a ceramic knife. But I wouldn't do anything untoward. Everybody's just trying to live and get through this crazy little thing called life. Successful night. I don't see any problems. Got the car parked close, just in case of any animals that may come our way. And I'm gonna crawl into this monstrosity of a tent, which we all know how I feel about this tent. And we will see you guys in the AM. Bear spray, knife, cameras. Beautiful wife is out of the camera, don't worry. And I got the air horn as well, just in case. So I'm gonna crawl in right next to her and see you guys in the morning. There's totally something outside right now. Okay. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I have no idea what to do. Okay. I mean, close. There you go, my bear spray. Got everything else here. the air horn I can actually spray, and the bear spray. I don't want to. I'm hoping whatever it is probably going to be just curious enough to give up and go away, but it's like right in between us and the car right now. This is a bad idea. Get an RV. I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. But I don't think I'm going to be sleeping much. No. Okay. It was a pretty awful sleep last night, actually. And I wake up to more noise. And it was light, so I could see what was happening. A whole bunch of very confused looking cows outside. I've just caused a little bit of a stampede. They don't seem very thrilled. So, it's the only wildlife we saw here. No Bigfoot, but a lot of hoof prints and stuff like that. I'm gonna go grab a touch more sleep because I didn't get pretty much a wink of sleep last night. It was a brutal one. Yeah. We are on Crown land, but I guess there's a grazing lease on this little piece of property here, this whole section here. So anyway, back to bed. I need a little more sleep. And so there you have it. My skepticism remains on the Bigfoot issue. Bear issue, I'm still concerned about, but goes to show you. Sorry, a lot of mosquitoes this morning. Goes to show you that if you're actually really worried that there could be a bear outside or Sasquatch or something like that, it could very well be a Holstein, right? It's not impossible. But overall, it is. It wasn't a huge successful sleep because I was waking up every 5 seconds. I slept like a baby, waking up every half hour screaming. So this tent was a good purchase. I know you can get them for usually around $100 out here. They go on sale. Pops up very quickly. It was a good buy. I'm gonna bring this camping with me a fair bit, and if I want to, I could also start repairing windshields on cars in parking lots. It's just a good little structure. You should tie it down though if it's windy. But yeah, thanks for camping with Steve. If you like this type of adventure, it's always something slightly unique, the same but different somehow. Please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching if you made it this far, and we'll see you guys on Thursday. Cheers, guys.